Hello, hello, and let's get underway with casting back this demo. We've got a matchmaking game here on Inferno with the friends who are going to be watching back this game for some learning tips, and feel free to watch along as well. We've got the friends with Frodo, Teabag and Sketchy, Big Papa, Nikon and Ziggy Starduck, a real mix of ranks for your kind of Master Guardian Nova level. But as a five-man team, we should be seeing some nice, sexy little strats coming on. It looks like we're going to be seeing some util over towards the B site to hopefully draw over a third defender, and then hopefully a 5 versus 2 if all goes well towards this A site. Nikon now lining up the util. That's going to be an early smoke that's going to land here on towards CT to hopefully pull WG away from this long angle. It's exactly what it starts to do. Is we're now seeing a 5 versus 2 here in towards this bomb site, and Trey and Raphael going to get this wicked crossfire here. Sketchy manages to get the nice plate kill. He's got the bomb. He just needs to get down to the bomb site. Frodo Baggins are going to wrestle this fight off WG as well. It's now a 3 versus 1 on towards the side. Why is Sketchy not joining his teammates? He's actually thrown a smoke which has now cut off the visions from his teammates to be able to trade him and help him. Sketchy just gets shot with his back to the enemy. He just needed to get across the bomb site. Now with the smoke that he put down, his teammates can't even get the trade kill for the guy on pit, and it's all gone wrong just like that. The bomb carrier just needed to get to site in that situation. Too focused on trying to find the kill there and towards the pit. Too tunnel vision as to what's happening. Backtoon destroys Nikon to make it 1-0 for the CT side. Such a nice round in conception as well. Like I said, you've got the fake util here to try and keep the defenders here. It's exactly what you'll do. What you'll see Nikon do, who's going to be the shot caller for this game for T side. The whole point will be to try and keep defenders in one place and then go hit another place. And that's exactly how CSGO competitive should be working. It's going to be an early smoke top mid here from Nikon. It's going to be landing top mid, as you'll see here on Trey's POV. And this is just going to cover their advance as they push up mid here to challenge these players. Nikon's going to catch 80 points of damage for that HE straight in the palm of his hands. The steps have been heard here. Trey can just hide in boiler. They just need to get straight on through to the bomb site. Nikon's going to be taken down, and the bomb has slipped right through the net. This is exactly what they wanted. They've brought barely anything into this round other than Nikon's smoke, and the bomb goes down. They can be very happy with that. T-side are more than happy to lose the round at this point. This should be an easy sweep up here for the CTs. There's no armor on any of these Ts who are just digging in now. Bat finds Sketchy, and the jumping 5 SD is going to destroy Papa, but the bomb goes down. $800 per player, that is. And what you'll hear me talk about is the greater good. It's so much in CSGO when you're playing CSGO as a 5-man team, you need to be playing for the team win. And so, you know, Nikon running in first down, just getting dropped by the guy in boiler, that doesn't matter, because what Big Papa, it allows Big Papa to just run by. So the fact that Nikon dies here and there's another player dies here, Papa can just use all this chaos to slip in and get the bomb down. That's such a wicked eco round strat where you just get the smoke up top mid, use that to cover your advance, burst in as a 5-man to the quickest route possible to the site and get $800 for the players. Now they can buy in an AWP, it's round 3. Deep HEs now. Now we're going to be seeing the default out of the T side here. We're going to be seeing 2 banana, this AWP posted up deep in mid, and we're going to be seeing 2 towards the axe here. Sketchy and Ziggy. This is their job as Nikon and Papa try to get some control in towards banana. The flash support in so that Papa and Nikon compete. Okay. Molotov in towards the sandbags, but I'm seeing here Ziggy and Sketchy have not cleared the corners here in apps. Raphael, he's got 2 Ts literally just stood right next to him. Dreadful stuff. Somehow Sketchy manages to get a trade kill. It's gone very badly wrong. Nikon's actually going to be setting up util for himself. He calls Frodo Baggins over in towards banana. Great position here from Big Papa. Is he going to be able to get a second? Big Papa's good for 2. The smoke in from Nikon, smoke on CT. The second smoke that's going to land on coffins. Look at these smoke screens that are now being deployed by the T side. This allows them to move in, check corners and plant safely. This is all utility that everyone should be learning. Nikon's been throwing it in for the team here. Re-smoke here of CT. Molotov in behind it as well. And now they can just get set up in post-plant situations. 2 MP9s. It should be a nice, easy hold here for T side. Supporting flash thrown in by WG. They don't have any kits, or they do, apologies, on WG. Frodo Baggins wants to hold this angle, but his teammates are letting him down on his left. He might have to take a swing here. They find the kills. Frodo Baggins manages to do all the daddy lifting. 2-1 is the score here. And sometimes the old fake it and go the other side doesn't work as well. What happened here is we had, you know, kills over towards this part of the map, and so there was no ability to push A unless you gave up all the control. But Nikon knows they've already got control up to this point here on B. Papa's already just found 2 kills as well, so just stick with it. They've got the smoke here, the smoke's here, and they could just move in. Early flashbang up mid, Papa gets the Molotov up towards Banana. This is all what we call default utility or protocol utility, just get control of the area. And with this, Frodo can watch their backs, make sure no one's pushing down mid, whilst these two can test B. Raphael, though, is going to pick up a kill on Ziggy. There's no trade here from Sketchy. These two who are trying to default in towards A apps, they need to come up with something a little bit better. It's not working so far. It's going to be a smoking towards CT to hopefully try and pull over another player. Sketchy, he needs to do this. Dropped by Raphael. The smoke in pulls a third player. It's exactly what the smoke does. It also pulls in the CT utility as a response. They're back in. Ooh, so unlucky. He does manage to survive that. Good leg shot as well. And now actually, they decide. Nikon will be deciding at this point where they want to go. They know that with the kills here, they're probably going to go back to a 2-2 split. Now that Nikon's going to be throwing in the util, he's got the smokes that he wants. He's asking for the utility throw in log. That's going to be a smoke in towards CT. It's going to be smoking towards Coffins and then a pop flash in as well. And there it is. The pop flash comes in, smokes down, Molotov's thrown in as well. It's going to be kills galore as they try and push him towards his box site. But Trey is on a fantastic position, boosted up here on towards Dark. Nikon tries to swing in for it, but he can't get it. Nikon finds Bat. He's able to find the swing kill as well on towards Trey. Both of the CTs are right on top of him, though. They're waiting for him to plant the bomb, and they're just going to swing in tandem together. There's only 19 seconds left. Nikon's waiting to see if anyone's going to come and peek him. Waiting to see if the CTs are making the mistake. He swings wide, but Nikon's looking the wrong way. It's going to be 3-1. A nice attempt there at the end. They do the late util. They smoke off CT. They smoke off Coffins. They manage to get the 2 kills, but the cost is there's only 1 player left. There's not quite enough players left to try and get a plant off. Try to hold off those 2 CTs. Looks like we're seeing the eco strat again here from T side. Nikon's going to be throwing that smoke that's landing top mid. It's going to cover their advance. And same thing is going to happen again. They're going to rush up through this smoke. They're currently held by a Molotov that's just been thrown here, but they know the Molotov will only last 7 seconds, whilst the smoke will still have another 7 seconds or so. And look at them storm up towards here. Sketchy needs to join the teammate. He's got a bad habit of lingering behind in the wrong place. And now in come easy kills for WG, but Ziggy Startup has slipped in. Ziggy Startup just needs to plant the bomb. It's exactly what's happened. This is fantastic stuff here. No, but Ziggy's planted a little bit open. He should have gone and planted in the corner where Nikon was. Nikon just needs to get the money for the team at this point, and it's another successful pistol round strat. Nikon's more than happy to die here at this point. 4-1 will be the score for sure, but money again for this T side. It's a nice eco round strat. And that's 2 times they've brought it out and 2 times it's worked. And now look at the money they've got. Sketchy on 7k, everyone else with 5+k. These are the kind of things that you want to be having in your back pocket. Don't just let a pistol round turn into absolutely nothing. Just don't let meaningless things happen on a pistol round. You can see that, you know, all they did there is just buy 1 smoke. 2 times they've shown it to you and they've got this plants off. So think about what you need to be doing. They're going to be going back to the default. We've got Papa and Nikon up Banana. We've got Ziggy and Sketchy going towards apps, and we've got Frodo Baggins with the AWP posted down towards the bottom of mid. Raphael is going to be the arch nemesis of these 2 players, and Sketchy caught with his pants right down his ankles here. Support flashbang. Raphael now knows that there's another player here trying to challenge the apartments. And the reason that this is good, that you're showing presence everywhere all around the map, Nikon's going to be setting up smokes here towards B, is because that keeps the defenders over towards A. If Ziggy and everyone was like that with his teammates in Banana right now, it would be pointless because Raphael would be able to just walk around this part of the map. The fact that Ziggy's shown presence here, I mean, there's 2 defenders here. Yes, we've got 3 defenders now moving in, and now comes the pop flash and the smoke set up in towards B. It's going to be a B execute again. Smoke CT. Molotov being thrown in towards well, and WG is going to be able to just tap away. Papa manages to find Bat. The bomb's going to be going down as well from Papa. Great flashbangs thrown in. It's a 3 versus 4. T-side can just get dug in here. Nikon's going to be watching the rotate in for Banana. Nice angle here to drop Raphael. Just hold in. Trey, WG and Hay trying to figure out how they're going to get in, but the T's have dug in so well. There's so much of a better round here. Flashbang comes in as they try and come in for the angle. Then no one's peeking, and Nikon's got a great angle here. He's just going to try and go for a wall bang. That's Hay dropped down. Nikon convinced no one else is coming in for Banana. The 2 have been spotted here. Is Nikon height? Ziggy Starduck swings wide to melt the faces of the retaking CTs. AWP salvage, that's a very successful round. This is why you default, guys. This is exactly why you default. Yes, Sketchy and all that went down and died here towards second mid, but because Ziggy showed presence here, they had to commit 2 of their defenders here, and then they decided to just go for the smoke coffin, smoke CT, Molotovs, flashes in, and they just go and wrestle control of the B site with a late round execute. But that is only so effective because some of the defenders are still kept on the wrong side of the map. That's why you execute around the map, guys. If you're wondering what these kind of things I'm saying are, this is what it looks like on the minimap with X-Ray on. This is the reason. You can see how the effect a smoke has. Ziggy Starduck is going to be able to pick up a nice kill here as WG. And again, as part of his default, he's going to be going towards A apps every single round. Nikon again is asking for utility off Big Papa, and this is going to allow him to set up utility in towards B. But likely now, with this kill on towards A, what Nikon will want to do is set up utility B and then call the team over towards A. I can't remember if that's actually what happened, but that's what I would probably do if this was happening right now. It's exactly what Nikon's going to be doing with the team right now. It's going to be 4 versus 2. The smokes have been thrown in. Nikon's going to find an easy kill here. Nikon's going to be throwing this smoke that's going to land on towards Moto. Big Papa has actually kept 2 of these defenders on towards the wrong bomb site. And in comes the smoke on towards Moto. Smoke long. Flash is going to be thrown in here for Ziggy to peek. The flash comes in. It's absolutely beautiful. A site is open for business. There's 4 Ts here. There's no one here to contest it. The smoke is up on long and towards Moto as well. This again, if you're thinking of how to IGL, this is what I do with T-side. I like to take over an IGL, and this is what you're doing. Because Nikon and Papa then came up, we threw the fake smoke in towards CT, and Papa stayed here to make noise. It kept both of these defenders here. They've got nothing that they can do now other than save. And now that meant that Nikon can call over the team. They go for a punch-in strat here towards A. They smoke off Moto. They smoke off long. They can isolate and just have a 1 versus X here on balcony. And it's gone exactly the way that they wanted. A much, much better round. They're even going to exit together and go for the flash and the exit. And everyone's going to be happy and survive. Checking Vietnam. 4-3 is the score. We're only trailing by 1, and that default is coming in, paying dividends. Great money as well still left here on the T side. CT side have not got much. They're going to try and make these 2 saved rifles work. Now we're going to see the default again. Frodo Baggins around the bottom of mid-ramp. Sketchy. Ziggy over towards A. And Nikon and Papa again trying to get control here of Banana. In comes the Molotov as a response from the CTs. They're going to try and push back. This is a much better utility here from Crazy Sketchy. Apologies. Raphael's going to step wide. Ziggy needs to win this fight. Ziggy's been aware of it. The player peeked him from the same position last round, but Ziggy, I think, just unlucky on the timing. Trey's going to step wide here. Ooh, big damage here from Nikon. Trey's going to think twice about re-peeking that. Again, asking for utility, constantly asking for utility. Look at the smoke he's left himself as well on the floor. He's actually calling Frodo Baggins up Banana as well. And look at this, they're doing an executing towards the B site. Sketchy needs to join his team. Again, a really bad habit that he's really slow at joining the team. He needs to think about how that pace. Needs to be joining in the team on this execute right now. We've got 3 CTs trying to stop this push. Bat manages to find 1. Trey manages to drop Nikon as well. Frodo's going to try retreat with this bomb. Ziggy is still nowhere to be seen. Apologies, Sketchy still nowhere to be seen. Slowly working his way up Banana now, but Frodo gets a nice shot there on towards Raphael. This round is looking very much done and dusted though. They're going to be hard pushed in here to find the kills that they want to open up this side. Trey on the nice angle here from CT. And it's Sketchy so late on the swing there to try and get the trade kill. He should have been right on Frodo Baggins' heels to try and get the kill there onto Trey. Trey was only 31 points of health as well. If they had peeked that together, just 1 AK round to the chest would have sorted out Trey, and to which then Sketchy could have then cleared sight. It's unfortunate stuff, and obviously the ranks are really mixed in this game, but this is why we do these demo watchbacks, because it's important to watch the games that you win as well as the games you lose, because it's an opportunity to go back and see what's going wrong. I find it a good opportunity to go back and see if the strats and the util is having the effect that I want it to around the map. You can see that we're very delayed out of spawn this round. And with that, that means we're going to have to use different utility to contest Banana. Even though there's no one in Banana now, notice how Nikon and Papa will change it completely differently. The utility that they use is going to be completely different. So he's going to find Raphael. They are literally arch nemesis. Raphael finding Ziggy and Sketchy every single round, and this time it's Ziggy on top. And often again with that opening kill towards A, often what I'll end up doing is calling a strat that'll often end up at A and often throwing fake util. CTs here are committing a lot of utility to try and get banana control. Look at the team is still fanned out across the map. We're still defaulting at this point. Nikon doesn't know where he wants the strat to end up. He's waiting to see. All the CTs have used up pretty much all their utility at this point. And now, especially with Sketchy opening up this second kill, Nikon's going to be calling the team to be going up towards the A position. Sketchy caught on the reload by WG. And actually, with that kill now going down here, Nikon's going to be aligning the team to go in towards B. Bappa's actually going to be finding Papa. Smoke comes in towards CT. Smoke coming in towards Coffin. Desperate grenade being thrown in here. It's going to be a 3 versus 1 on this site. They need to be really quick about how they find him. Nikon with the instant trade there for Ziggy, who is taken out. They're going to be getting the bomb down. Now Frodo teabaggins. Nikon going to be planting safer. Nikon whiffing the jumps. They're just going to try dig in, try and hold on towards these positions, and oh, Nikon with the worst timing in the world! Luckily, Nikon managed to find Trey just as that smoke dissipates in front of him. If Nikon just held that for a second longer, he would have just got the headshot angle that he was waiting for. But nonetheless, the round is on the board. Nikon and Frodo Baggins do their jobs. Post-plant situation, and it's going to be 5-4. They're only trailing by 1 again. And I've just noticed as well, Hay is yet to find a kill. Bless his soul.
Let's go, right. Let's make this a quick one.
One rifle, a few grenades and pistols here from CT side. CT side need to be careful how they do it. Great flashbang thrown by Nikon. The reason he throws that default flashbang is for that very reason. It puts the brakes on the CTs. Doesn't let them come running down mid for free. And that's just a $200 expenditure at the start of the round. Look at this as well. Look at Nikon and Papa. They're waiting. This is exactly what a default is. It's going to be a supporting flash here so that Papa can clear the half wall. Papa's quite slow there. He doesn't peek reactively enough. Raphael is so close though. Oh no, Sketchy. Ziggy as well has been spotted on the balcony and towards second mid. He needs to be careful. He's got enemies all around him. He's also got Raphael right in front of him. He needs to get this timing. Big Papa's going to get the timing he wants, and this should be lights on to go in towards B. In comes the utility towards B. Smokes in towards Coffins again. Smokes in towards CT again. Flashes in. Molotov's in. Ziggy's watching the rear here. Ziggy's going to be dropped down by Hayes. First kill of the game. How unlucky is that? Bat hiding in the back corner. 2 versus 3. Nikon watching the rear. Flash goes wrong. Nikon trying to get what he wants. He knows that there's a player deep in this corner here. He finds the kill that he wants. Trying to move round. Tries to get the kill on towards Trey. Takes him down to 23 points of health. It's Frodo Baggins left on his own. Trey. Frodo Baggins just going to be aggressive. He didn't know where the second player was. He knew that Trey was low in construction there. And so with only 20 seconds to go, you've just got to go and try and give yourself 2 1v1s at that point. Because had he just waited, he gets risked getting killed after time. He has no idea where the second player even is. The second player could have ended up being on A site still, so he could have ended up just running out of time, just waiting for nobody. So he made the right call there, trying to give himself, if he had managed to find that kill on Trey, 15 seconds left to go, he could have tried and maybe get a plant off. It's going to be a smoke up again towards top mid. It's going to push WG back onto this corner. They're going to hold a crossfire here. We've got 4 going in towards apps. Nikon holding solo at the bottom of Banana for now, and in comes the utility. It's a great flashbang thrown off the chimney stack. They don't push on it because the Molotov's up, and now Nikon's just waiting. Nikon's waiting to see if these two CTs are going to be over-aggressive. Now comes the funneling of players. Hay and Raphael are going to find the kills they want. Sketchy manages to get the trade kill for his teammates as well, and wow, Raphael, how does he survive that? Nikon manages to get one of those players. They're pushing far too deep here. Sketchy getting a great kill. Frodo Baggins picking up the kill as well. This force round has gone exactly the way they wanted it to. They can just get posted up. They've got low HP. Sketchy, that's a really bad spot to go to in a post-plant situation. There's no way that you need to be going up onto that angle. You're so exposed, there's no cover. If you stay on the site, you're only showing just your head. Needs to rethink and watch that round back. And now Trey is moving in towards short. Frodo Baggins is stood on a really exposed angle. Nikon has been pushed off with the Molotov. Nikon tries to throw in the Molotov to try and stop Trey going. He tries to walk through in front of this, but Nikon's been spotted. That's a 3 versus 1. Sketchy standing in a poor position with no cover. Frodo Baggins stood in an open position on the corner of the site with no cover as well. Should have gone in towards second pit. If they'd both played in pit, it would have been easily doable, even with the Molotov that, you know, that the AWP threw there to push Nikon out of the angle. They still had a Molotov in return to throw back. It would have been really hard for the AWP to try and take a 2 versus 1 in that situation.
Let's go. We aren't going on a windy walk.
A real poor post-plant situation there from T-side, but it looks like we're going to be seeing an eco pistol round again. The force didn't work last time.
Smoke out.
Grenade out.
Fast here in towards the B-bomb site.
Incendiary.
Comes utility, they're running straight in. Bat is going to be able to drop one of the players here. Trey trying to do what he can, and Ziggy finds 1 kill. Trey manages to find Sketchy as well, and Nikon just trying to melt down Trey's HP. 2 alive as they just need to try and get the bomb down.
Flashbang.
Ziggy's got the AWP. In come the flashbang from the CT3. Ooh, Ziggy, that's a nice kill there onto Raphael. Still holding the angle nice, and that's another wicked kill there. It's WG, and Nikon left. He's got the rifle that he wants. Nikon is now spotted. He knows the last one is in here. All Ziggy has to do is hide. He's going to hard check the angle really hard there for Ziggy when he gets instantly smushed.
Throwing fire.
Rough times here. WG has got a smoke as well, and it's not quite enough. Not quite close enough there for Nikon on the spray, on the bomb defuse. That's 2 rounds in a row that T-side have managed to get plants down. They just can't quite hang on to those post-plant situations. They either lose too many men on the entrance trying to take in the site. Ziggy had a very noble attempt there, taking 2 of the 3 retakers down.
We are on your mark. Die, people.
8-4 is the score. Weapons can be bought in here for T-side. CT side have got plenty of weapons.
Smoke.
Hey, just trying to get hold of that AWP for the 3rd time, lucky. Defaulting out again, spreading out across the map here.
Throwing smoke.
Smoking.
All protocol utility here being used by CT as well. Trey's whiffed up that as well.
Flashbang.
Nice here from Ziggy. Nade does good damage. This is much better. When you play the same position every round, you start knowing where you need to be, what you need to be throwing. There's only 1 defender here on B. Nikon is going to take massive advantage of this. Smoke comes in towards CT, smoke in towards Coffins. The pop flash. There are 3 attackers in front of him coming in for this as well. This is going to be an easy plan. It's going to be a Molotov that's going to land in towards the back. Oh, it bounces a little bit off as well. He's going to try and extinguish it just to give another area of cover on the site. Sketchy, why does he go wandering so far? Sketchy didn't need to go wandering in towards CT territory there. That's another blunder in a post-plant situation where he's gifted CT's kills. Great Molotov there to force Frodo backwards out of angle. Nikon spotted on his headshot angle there. Kills are going all over the place. Frodo, great shot there. Papa's in a really exposed place as well. Papa's got no cover in the angle he's there. Great HE there thrown. Frodo managed to pick up another one. Frodo's doing all the heavy lifting, but there's just too many defenders coming in here. Ziggy just can't find the kill. Papa managed to find 1 from his exposed position. 2 of these last CTs are trying to retake in from this position. They just need to not peek. They just need to not peek. There's no time. And they've done their job perfectly. Collateral kill there from Hay, but it doesn't matter because round 5 is on the board. Blunders being made again. It was unfortunate. I mean, Ziggy tried his best to hold in behind sandbags here. You do just win some, lose some sometimes, but the real blunder there was Sketchy. He did not need to go wandering in here. We knew that if we'd taken B site and we've met literally no resistance at all, that means they're hiding behind these smokes in these positions. So Sketchy, no way he should have gone looking for that kill. Without any trade, without any flash, without anyone with him, just ends up losing a man for no purpose.
Grenade out.
Now we're seeing the default out again. We're seeing a force in here. Molotov thrown in by Nikon and Papa. WG's going to step up in head of it, but luckily Nikon's there to trade, and that's why you default out in pairs. To try and make sure you're not getting caught out by any silly nonsense like that. Nikon's going to rethrow the Molotov, and Sketchy peeking open. There's no flash. You need to be throwing flashes to clear out these corners. Frodo Baggins has had his elbow spotted on the left-hand peak. That's really tough times. Nikon's been spotted. Raphael has found the kill as well. Hayes just able to stare at the angle and shut out Nikon. That's real tough times. Last round of the half, and now it's T-side who are broke. The default just not quite strong enough. I mean, there's lots of rounds where they're getting the bomb down. I mean, look how many diffusers we've had. We've had 4 rounds where the bomb's been diffused. You know, the score should really be at somewhere like 9-9. apologies, I know 9-9 is not, you know, physically possible, but you know, the round could easily be 9-5 the other way round. Raphael is traded up by Big Papa again. This is why you play together in pairs. Look how much more effective it is when you play in pairs. And the amount of times I've seen someone like Sketchy being caught in the open on his own with no trade potential, and look how much more effective it is here when Papa's there. Papa does get absolutely gushed by the grenade. Trey is able to pick up kills left, right, and centre. And unfortunately, the last round goes awry. They tried to do a 5-man push, waterfall out of the balcony. It doesn't work. Rough times, only one player on T side managing to breach double digits. 2 players from the defending side. The only ones left in single digits. Kills being found much more on the enemy side than it is on the friendly side. And now it's their time to see if they can lock down. Lots of utility here, not much armor going on for CT side. Saying that there's no armor going on for CT side. They're going to have to use this utility effectively. We're going to be having Nikon and Frodo towards B, the other 3 towards A. It's going to be early HE grenades. That's going to do a nice little bit of damage. Massive damage there onto Hay. And Nikon's just going to be deploying that utility and just slowing down the push. The Molotov gets the kill in as well, and this is why you keep your Molotovs. Second Molotov gets deployed here as well, allowing time for the third player to rotate. These 2 Molotovs here that Ziggy, Frodo and Nikon put down allow time for the rotate to come in. Nikon manages to find Raphael as well, and actually this utility and presence that they've put up here is really potentially making T-side think about coming for this. Papa's made an absolute right call here. Nikon would have said, no, don't give up A. We haven't actually seen the bomb yet. And Papa wicked. Nice little jump spot here. He knows that WG is there. And in come his teammates. 3-man push here towards here. Big Papa's going to be destroyed by Bat. Ziggy's nice and close. Nice shot there as well. Bomb's going to be going down towards the A-bomb site, though. Sketchy's nice and dug in. They should be able to find him in this situation. Sketchy manages to find one. And picks up both kills. Easy defuse, easy MVP.
Defusing the bomb.
And Sketchy's, what he did there was really good that round, because he's got no one that he needs to trade for, no one that he needs to watch their back. So actually it's really beneficial for him to just dig in to the angle he was in. You know, if he was digging in but not peeking on towards the balcony, and he maybe had a player short, he needs to be peeking at that angle, because if the player just swings out and kills his teammate, then his teammate's going to be absolutely raging. But because Big Papa was actually over here and got killed, there's nothing that Sketchy can do from this position down over here. So actually, if he just hides and gets the kills on the people who are planting the bomb and just feeds information to his team, he played that really smart there and deserves the MVP for the round.
Throwing a grenade.
Trailing by 4 rounds, the score is 6-10. Still, we're seeing the standard holding pattern here from the Friends. We've got 3A, 2B, Sketchy. Nice angle here. It's a default angle. Needs to be careful he's not pre-fired. He's got the information. Very smart decision to move off. Good Molotov there. Ooh, so he's managed to spot one crazy dude running in. He's going to be caught. This is exactly why you hold crossfires, because Ziggy was caught reloading out in the open, and had he not had Papa there, everyone's going to re-smoke top mid. It's just going to allow them to get some calm, just to rethink their positions. And the good thing is with Sketchy, he's not committed to that fight. If Sketchy had gone in here and died here, suddenly balcony would be open, and this would be so much harder to contest and hold this A-bomb site. Sketchy's done the fantastic thing of getting a little peek and then just coming back and holding on the balcony. And look at WG, he's waiting for Sketchy, but Sketchy is not being amateur level-ish enough to do it. Defaulting has been had enough here for T-side. They've decided to pick up the bomb. 45 seconds left to go. This is, again, look at how long these guys have left their default. They haven't just run in with the bomb first few seconds of the round. Now they're starting to come in for it. Nikon's still got his Molotov, and this is a CT side. You need to be holding on to your Molotovs very late round, because 30 seconds, a Molotov for 7 seconds is going to be very precious. And Ziggy Starduck finds a really important kill, and then in comes the Molotov. Frodo has been dropped as well. The Molotovs, they have to charge through it, and with 20 seconds to go, Nikon can disrupt this bomb play as well. Bomb's going to be going down. Nikon swings in, and Ziggy steps wide as well to back him up. A potential trade opportunity as well. Wicked stuff there. 10-7 is going to be the score. Which, after when you're looking at a 10-5 start, they can be very happy that they've started to bring this back.
Counter-terrorists win.
Really nice there. Again, subtle details. The fact that Ziggy swings with on the back of Nikon there doesn't matter. If Nikon gets dropped there, everything's for the greater good, and Ziggy's right there to trade. And notice as well that Nikon held back just for a second. Even though the bomb would mean the bomb's going down, But Nikon's in a 1 versus 2 there with someone defending the bomb. So if Nikon swings wide, it actually then goes down to a 2 versus 2. So Nikon makes the decision then to wait on this angle here so that Ziggy can swing with him into this fight to make it a 2 versus 2 on site.
Grenade.
Throwing flash.
Again, greater good. Waiting for your team. Standard holding pattern again here from the CTs. 2B, 3A. There's not going to be much contesting for Banana going on, and you can see why. There's not massive. I mean, although Frodo and Nikon have plenty of utility, Sketchy caught so deep in apps here. He doesn't need to go that deep. There's no trade potential.
Laying down smoke.
Just needed to be jiggle peeking on the apps balcony and then just falling back into sight. Because then if they start pushing through, Ziggy's there to help him. But now Ziggy needs to watch twice as many angles now that Sketch has gone down. Luckily, Ziggy, that's a really good kill there. Nikon has been called over from the other side. Wants to come over and make sure. He's got some idea as well that there's some players here.
Incendiary out.
Ooh, Papa gets a good kill, traded up. Nikon's barbecue fest is going to be able to get the trade kill as well for Big Papa.
Smoke.
That small light, again, really subtle lineup. That lineup just on the bottom of the rooftop there, that's a lineup that lands perfectly as well, top mid. Just keep an eye on just some real subtle, quick lineups that you can throw ad hoc. WG, this is a fantastic angle here by Frodo. Fantastic, that's so clean. Bomb's going to be moving in here. It's Bat on his own. Nikon's staying close to Ziggy so that they can play together and entrusting the B site with Frodo. Frodo will just be waiting for noise at this point. Doesn't need to take any fights. He can just, if he hears the plant, he can call over his teammates. And now he's called over the teammates. Frodo puts the Molotov down as well. Just needs to hide. And this is exactly what he's doing. Look how frustrating this is for Bat, because he knows there's going to be players rotating in. And look at Bat desperately trying to find, but there's players. There's only 8 seconds left, and they're not giving him the peaks. Frodo does step a little bit wide at the end, but literally Bat can't physically plant. That's exactly how you bleed out a round like that. Again, really small, subtle things, guys, where you don't need to actually be taking a gunfight to win a round. The fact that Frodo just is alive is just more of a menace than he is peeking out and getting killed. Frodo being here means that Bat cannot plant here, and the fact that Frodo's called over his teammates here, there's a crossfire, and Bat cannot do anything other than just kind of wobble around this area and well, waiting for someone to make a blunder.
Smoking.
Rough things there for Bat. He will have no money as a result of that play. They decided not to go to contest Banana again. You could see why. The score is 10-8. They've actually managed to win literally all 3 of their last CT rounds.
Throwing smoke.
And if, you know, if not challenging Banana is working for them right now, then absolutely, they don't need to change that up. Nice Molotov there.
Grenade.
That does actually land really nicely on half wall. There's 3 Ts, 2 Ts in towards apps, 3 Ts here waiting to try and probe this B site, trying to see what's happening. That bomb is still down again. This is all part of a default.
Smoke.
They're not quite sure whether they want to commit to this yet. Nikon's actually now thrown a delaying smoke. And is now going to do big damage here to the people on the corner. Nikon's going to eat a little bit of a grenade.
Smoke out.
And look at that smoke that Nikon's deployed. It's keeping them right at the back here. He knows there's enemies here, though. With the utility that's being thrown, they don't know if the bomb's quite here, though. Papa's in a fantastic boost. It's still a default with 40 seconds to go. Big Papa, that's a fantastic play here. The fact that Sketchy's still on the balcony as well. And look how slow these guys are here to try and move in towards his B site. Frodo just needs to peek once, get the info, and then not peek again. Nikon's managed to get 1 as well. Frodo's managed to get 1. He just needs to hide. That's a fantastic kill there as well. Papa picking up the last kill. This is fantastic stuff. Frodo and Nikon just stood there, just waited, and they just bled out the utility. And Frodo, who again was playing in towards dark, Nikon here was playing on towards this angle, they just waited. And again, you can see you've got nice little lineups here which you can bounce off this wall, and you get a smoke that lands here really nicely. And you want to be getting that smoke there because the T side don't want to go pushing in towards that smoke, and you want to keep your smokes. You don't want to go throwing your smokes in the first 20 seconds rounds if you're not actually going to contest Banana. And you know, we've got 30 seconds left to still talk about this, but because Banana is such a important part of this map, and yes, if Frodo and Nikon were deciding to go push this early round, they wanted to go smoke off bottom Banana, clear out logs and clear out all these corners and push right down to here, really lock off the B side of of the map. But instead, they're deciding to play up here, and they're letting the T's move up here. You had 3 T's waiting for this area for about 30 seconds, just locked off behind smokes, just getting smoke spammed. And they ended up coming in for this 3-man push at the end here against Frodo and Nikon with literally such little HP, and they just fall apart. Really subtle stuff here, and to be fair as well, Ziggy and Papa do really nice things here. Again, crossfires. It's all about crossfires, and that works just as well again because Sketchy is just watching their back. No one can come in through apps and shoot Papa in the back because Sketchy's watching it. Everyone's watching their area. You've got 2 crossfires set up on both sides, and Sketchy doing the real strong defending here on his own. Sketchy will have the hardest job because he is defending on his own. He won't have that luxury of having someone to trade him. So, as a result, because he's got no one to trade him, he cannot go wandering. He cannot go giving free kills. There's the lineup again that bounces off onto that wall that gives you that nice smoke. A little miscommunication there because Frodo's thrown his smoke as well. Nikon again go for the smoke spam. Dangerously close to the head of Trey.
Throwing a grenade.
HE grenade. Nice damage onto Trey. And again, we've got the same thing.
Throwing incendiary.
Deploying flashbang. Incendiary out.
They throw the smoke in towards CT. This is exactly what T-side are doing really well now. They've bled out the CT utility. Now comes in the CT utility. Great utility thrown in return here by Frodo Baggins, just to try and delay it. Frodo just needs to stay alive. He does this so well. He's staying alive. Raphael's trying to run towards him. Nikon kills him. Moving around, they get trades for each other. This is absolutely fantastic. Frodo needs to not peek. Frodo did not need to peek. He needed to just wait for his teammate to come in. He could have set up a crossfire there with Ziggy Starter. Smoke thrown in deep towards CT spawn. Now the bomb site has been dropped. Really, really subtle stuff here. Sketchy and Papa, they should just save here. That's exactly what they're doing. Real subtle details that you'll miss there. What that round happened there, you had 3 Ts, right, who waited, and their whole job was just to bleed out the utility from Nikon and Frodo. This is exactly what they did. Nikon used smokes. They ended up using... When they threw the smoke in towards CT here, Nikon ended up expending his Molotov, and Frodo ended up expending a flashbang. So the CTs had no utility left. But actually, I know it looked really terrifying, because, you know, there's a player charging right towards Frodo here as he was literally caught reloading. But because Nikon was on this angle, no one could physically approach Frodo without Nikon shooting them first. So even though Raphael was running straight towards Frodo, Raphael was killed, and even though Nikon was killed here, Frodo was able to get the trade killers back. So that small crossfire that they had on this angle here really, really worked, and they managed to trade each other up and go 2 for 2 at the very, very least. Unfortunately, Frodo steps a little bit wide here to try and get the information here before Ziggy is able to get an information here to hold this angle together, and then because Frodo's able to go down, it means they know that the site is clear. They can clear off Ziggy, and then it's suddenly a 3 versus 2 with the smoke up here. There's no way that they can challenge the round.
Throwing smoke.
Really small things that can change the fate of a round. Ooh, huge smoke damage there as well. T-side are really good here at defaulting out.
I'm throwing smoke.
It's going to be a fast play over towards A this time. They're going to be probing the defense. They know that the B defense is quite solid. Ooh, nice pop flash through, and Raphael's going to find Sketchy, Bat's going to find Ziggy, and already the A defense has just been falling apart. Papa's on the boost. I don't think they know where he is. Papa does a lot of damage there onto Hay as well. It's uncertain whether they come for this or not. If they get a kill here within the next few seconds, the bomb's only just gone down. It's 40 odd seconds. If they find a kill within the next few seconds, it's worth it, but Nikon goes down to Trey. AK can be salvaged. And the rifle is going to be getting saved. 2 versus 4 retake in that situation is always going to be really hard, and like you said, you know, 2 of them were fairly, especially Trey, you know, had half his HP knocked off there by the defenders, but if Nikon and Frodo managed to pick up 2 frags and make it a 2 versus 2 against guys with lower HP, it certainly would have been worth it with the kits they had, but
Come on, let's go.
not so much anymore. 12-9 is the score, trailing by 3 rounds. A nice save out of Frodo as well. They're going to be able to buy in what they can. There's barely any money. They're on a 2-loss bonus. They could afford an eco here and just to let this 1 rifle function. I imagine what they'll do in this situation is play 4A and just the 1 rifler B. That's what they're going to be going for.
This is bandit country.
This might be an aggressive smoke down mid, so they'll throw a smoke here to block off the view and be able to throw a load of grenades and play close into it. And here it comes. This is the aggressive smoke in thrown here, which means that the T-side can't see what's going on, and now they're going to be able to start deploying some grenades in behind this. Grenade does a nice little bit of damage, but Hay is able to step wide. Hale is just going to be able to hail an absolute storm of bullets. Frodo was left with his M4A1S that he saved from the previous round. The strap's not worked so well this time. Again, really subtle details there. Trey throws away the 5th AK. There's only 4 of them alive. They've got 4 AKs. They can't physically carry that 5th AK into the next round, but they don't want Frodo Baggins to carry up that AK either. Really small details there which you'll miss if you're just kind of newer or lower ranked to CSGO. And you could just see the decision making, just small split decision making, which is really, really valuable. Frodo will be saving bottom mid, because he's mindful that they'll go round through CT spawn and clear out the back of B, which is exactly what Trey's doing. They do know that he's down towards T spawn now though. Spotted again. Raphael's going to try and take this duel here. Frodo's very, very low, he just needs to save. Oh no, not looking good here as well. And Frodo does manage to get another kill as well. He may end up stepping really, really wide in towards Raphael. Not to matter, over 4k per player here for CT side. They've got the money. It's been a close one, but I just don't think there's enough in the tank here for CT side. Not much AWPing going on here in the server. Lots of rifles. Again, we've got 10 players with 10 rifles in the server right now. T-side looking to close this out. So lucky to avoid that early damage. Again, look at the default again from T-side. They're just waiting around bottom, top mid, trying to see if there's any overextension. Now in come the flashbangs, raining in towards the T area of top mid. Ziggy's just dug in. He just needs to wait. Sketch has been found. Oh, so close on for the double spray down. Ziggy was just, however, met with the whole bloody T side. Not much you can do when there's 4 Mandems literally charging you down. Papa's left on his own on short right now, waiting for his teammates to kind of try and join in. Papa in on short, trying to get the damage done that he can, but Bat is watching this rear angle. Oh, he's been caught reloading as well out in the open. Papa's been removed. Nikon now trying to retake in. It's going to be a 2 versus 3 retake. Really tricky times. Nikon throws a smoke in towards the Moto, and that means that it's going to block the angle here from Pit. Nikon swings wide. Big damage there onto Trey, but ends up losing the fight. Wicked here from Frodo Baggins. He just needs to find the other 2. Grenade, which on X-ray looks like it gets really close. Frodo just needs to find the people where they are, and oh my goodness, this is wicked. Raphael's only got 20 points of health. There's not much time at all. Frodo might just literally have to stick this and hope that no one's going to peek him. He's only got about a second left. Literally about a second left, and Raphael steps out. Always checking that situation if you're T-side. If Raphael had thought Frodo had faked that, he would have lost the round. And for Frodo, the 10-second marker was literally just about to go. He had to basically stick to it. Because there's always the risk that Raphael doesn't peek. And plus, he didn't know with that plan if he was short or in apps. Had he known Raphael was in apps, you know, he maybe would have been able to just tap it and look in towards apps. But at this point, they just didn't even know. So I think, again, right call made by Frodo in the situation. Just unlucky. And that, again, goes to show the power of information in this game. If you don't know where someone is, notice how much 10 times harder that clutch is. Frodo playing close up to the wall because he's trying to listen for steps. Sketchy. This is fantastic again. Look how clever that is, just to get the information that he knows now one is... He knows that one is in apps. And Sketch is so much more of a threat here on the balcony alive than he is dead. Hayes going to walk right in front of him. This is fantastic from Sketchy. This is exactly why you don't go running into apps and dying for nothing. And now he's got Papa here to actually hold a crossfire with him on short as well. The AK can be retrieved. This is fantastic stuff here from Sketch. Good smoke as well here by Ziggy. He could just blast through this as well. It's really troublesome. However, Negev tractor beams can be traced back through the smoke. Raphael, he needs to be careful of Sketchy up close on this angle. Great smoke there to push Sketchy off the angle. Nikon's been called back over. Frodo's going to clear out Banana because they still haven't seen the bomb at this point. 2 here on long. Big Papa stepped out wide. Nikon waiting for the timing on this peak, and he gets the timing that he wants. It's a 3 versus 3. Sketchy finds Raphael as well. Sketchy is just waiting in the smoke, and he picks up an insane double kill. That's an absolute MVP. If they manage to win this round, it's a huge MVP. And what Nikon will be doing is asking Frodo now to literally peak together. They're not going to be going one long, one short. They need to peak together. There's only 6 seconds left. Nikon knows he can't physically plant the bomb. He hears the steps, he physically can't plant the bomb, and that's the round done. 10th round on the board here for CT side. Again, you don't need to fight in CSGO to win the round. Sketch does a massive play there. He literally just waits on balcony. T-side just didn't check him, that was T-side's fault. The first player here just walks in with his back turned. Sketchy can just throw it. You know, I think Trey it was who threw the smoke here on balcony. Sketch just sits in it and ends up picking up 2 more kills here. Triple kill round here with a submachine gun. Just really great stuff.
Deploying smoke shield.
However, there's not much room for error now. Papa just waiting for that timing.
Fire.
He's waiting to jump across. He's not feeling it at all. That AWP is ringing shots through that smoke. There's the lineup again. We're just going to smoke off top Banana. There's 4 players here. HG's going to be going in. Nice bit of damage across all 4 of the players that are there. And as a response to that smoke again, the Molotov gets put down. Here comes the utility. Good flashbang in again from Frodo Baggins. He's going to be waiting again. Waiting on a timing. Nikon will be asking for a flashbang and go for a peek, as he is, but they're not seeing what they want. T-side are being so patient. They've bled out all the utility. Nikon with a nice little dink there. It's going to be really annoying little bits of damage that are being done. And just from the presence here that Frodo and Nikon have shown, they're actually not opting to go B. Ziggy's being done. The flashbang did too much blinding to the man. Bomb looks like it's going to be pushing in towards A, but saying that, Bat's going to be joining 2 of his teammates. Sketchy caught out on long. Big Papa manages to find Hay. The bomb's lurking in towards CT. Nikon's having to come in for a peek here. The shoulder has been caught. Papa last alive in towards the site. This HG is going to do ridiculous damage to him. Saying that, he manages to just creep away into the corner. And unfortunately, there's only a limited places you can be with 15 seconds to go. The bomb's going to be able to go down. Frodo Baggins caught wandering late in towards Library. Such a difficult round to lose. Ziggy going down on the long corner here just meant that there was a hole and they could just cut off the rotate. It meant that Frodo and Nikon just had no safe route to rotate in to support Papa and Sketchy here. We're trying to hold on to the A-bomb site. Really tough. I would arguably say one of the hardest roles to play for CT is long corner here on A site. Because if you go down, you effectively cut a huge hole in between your team. And so it's such a difficult, important role to play. So he gets tagged up, crossing over. Seeing 4 T's again, going towards top Banana. 15 to 10 is the score. CT side can only hope to win this. They haven't got the buy-in that they want. Pressure being put in towards the B-bomb site. We've got an interesting POV of Bat here, who doesn't seem to be as part of the action, but is now joining up his team. In comes the utility. Frodo's been boosted up on towards Sandbags. Desperately trying to find the kill. He does manage to find one on Raphael and falls off as well. Nikon spraying through with his deagle. It's done huge damage. WG is low. Trey has lost half his HP as well. Oh no, Hay's been allowed to just walk in towards CT spawn. I think that's the game. Hay's been able to kill Big Papa as well. I don't know what happened there, but the long corner got opened up again, and now there's Hay literally in the spawn area here. And it's Nikon left on his own, trying to do what he can. There's 4 players here in front of him. Might be too much to ask. Only 1 deagle on each of these players will win it out. He's got the kit as well, but it's just so difficult because he doesn't know where WG is. WG is high on the right and doesn't check the corner. It's 16 to 10. It goes down the pan, and a lot left to look back and learn on that game. Certainly better util from lots of the players who are trying to default out as T side, and again some better holds on CT side. but a nice one to look back and a sad loss.